All right, it's time for our next writing lesson of the week, and that is going to be, I want you to write your own story. In your story, I want it to have a clear beginning, where you find out who the characters are, a middle where there is a problem for the characters, and an ending where they have to solve something. All right? It can be as many sentences as you want, but it needs to include all of the elements of our story. So I would say it has to be 5 sentences at least. Okay, 5 sentences at least. All of our sentences have to have swag, so they have to start with a capital, have the right punctuation, have spaces between the words, and be written neatly. Okay, our sentences all have to have swag, and you need to make sure you have a beginning where we find out the characters and the setting, a middle, we find out what's the problem, and an ending where we come up with a solution. So I'm going to write a story up on the board that will have all of these elements. All right. So let's start my story. Once upon a time, there was a dog named Fluffy. Fluffy lived in a very big house. All right, so far we've got a good beginning of our story because I've identified who the character is. There is a dog whose name is Fluffy, and I've said the setting of my story. A very big house, like a mansion. All right, a very big house. So I've covered the beginning. And my beginning was 2 sentences long. Okay, you see that? 2 sentences that all have swag. All right, now it's time for me to think of the middle of my story. The middle of my story tells me a problem. A problem. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Fluffy can't find her owners anywhere in the house. Fluffy can't find her owners anywhere in the house. She searches in the kitchen, the bathroom, the living room, and the bedrooms. And still can't find her owners. All right, Fluffy can't find her owners anywhere. See, she has searched in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the living room, the bedroom, and still can't find them. That's the problem. She can't find her owners. So this is my middle of my story. Now it's time for me to come up with the end of my story. So how does my character solve her problem of not being able to find her owners anywhere? Fluffy barks at the door. to go outside. Her owner comes and lets her out. Fluffy barks at the door to go outside. Her owner comes and lets her out. That's how she solved the problem. She barked, she made noise to get her owner's attention. The owner came. So how did she solve the problem? She barked. And that's my ending of my story. So your job is to write your own story with a clear beginning, where we talk about the setting and the characters, the middle, where there's a problem, and the ending, where there's a solution. It can be about anything you want. It can be a real story that happened to you, or it can be a made-up one like mine. All right? I can't wait to read your stories. I hope you have a fun time.